Week in the city of Lagos, we are in Ogba to be precise. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition of the program by Standards at the Newsstands. It's a new Monday, and now I'm here with my wonderful committed reviewers this morning. Mr. Matthew is here, Mr. Charles, Mr. Raphael is here, and Mr. Chigozi is on his way. Others are also here to do justice to the newspaper headlines this morning. Okay, let's go over to the business of the day. I have with me the Point newspaper, and I also do have the Nigerian Tribune. Okay, the Nigerian Tribune, what does the Nigerian Tribune have for us this morning? Attack on NDA worrisome. Editors are saying that the attack on the NDA worrisome to hold security conference October 21 to 22. 21-day ultimatum in collision with MOA Ngige tells NMA. 21-day ultimatum not in agreement with the memorandum of agreement. Ngige tells Nigeria Medical Association. Customs discover pistol, fully loaded magazine inside imported vehicle at Tinkan Port. Customs discover pistol, fully loaded magazine inside imported vehicles at Tinkan Port. Senator Naala's first son killed in Kaduna. Senator Naala's first son killed in Kaduna. Wow. And at the front page of the Tribune, court sacked Taiwo Lakanu, AMCON receiver, manager from Nikon. Court sacked Taiwo Lakanu, AMCON receiver, manager from Nikon. Let's move over to the Point newspaper this morning. Interesting, raging crisis. PDP in desperate move to stop defections. PDP in desperate move to stop defections. Defectors driven by personal interest. UNISA is saying, defectors driven by personal interest. They are attracted by Buhari's achievements. ABC Chieftain has come out to say they are attracted by Buhari's achievements. Marx committee will reconcile all aggrieved members. Ologbodiyan. Marx committee will reconcile all aggrieved members. Ologbodiyan. 5 banks deployed 10 trillion naira loans to customers in 2020. 5 banks deployed 10 trillion naira loans to customers in 2020. 2022 budget, FD to stop salaries of MDAs not on integrated payroll platform. MD to stop salaries of MDAs not on integrated payroll platform. Carry and history of corruption among Nigeria's top police officers. Carry and history of corruption among Nigeria's top police officers. Okay, let's move over to our reviewers this morning.
Prescribe bandits. Failing to do so, you should leave IPOB, ESN alone. Not only Kano, the whole bishops in Nigeria from the various denominations. They attack Buhari that if you fail to prescribe either bandits and hesitant, you should allow ESN.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Federal government is begging the doctors not to go on strike. Yet the memorandum of agreement has not been reached.
Thank you very much, Mr. Christian. Our esteemed viewers globally. My name is Matthew once more. I think the federal government should do the needful rather than begging. You are begging on what basis? If you look at it, this common man, the average Nigerian on the street is the one that is being hit hard by the action of the doctors. But again, I think the reason behind the strike and the reason you see doctors living in drone to other countries is what I would consider push and pull factor. You look at it, there are the push factor is because the working condition here is pushing them out of the country.
Some people said they are already in Saudi Arabia, that they receive
Of
their
course.
first pay
Of course.
10 times their salary.
Of course, that is what is pulling them out of the country. That is the pull factor. But again, it's not about the government saying that the MOU have been breached by the threat to embark on strike by Nigerian Medical Association. I think what the government need to do is address the fundamentals. Their pay is grossly inadequate. Even as it's grossly inadequate, they are not getting what is due to them. How can you tell me that residency fund of 2020 that some doctors have not gotten it? Because it formed part of the reason we are seeing the strike. So the government is not doing the needful. The government have a responsibility to make sure that the welfare of the doctors are adequately guaranteed. How do you want a doctor who is working under this harsh environment to go back home? He's short of fund, and most of them have family to cater for. Most of them are breadwinners of their respective families. So what we are even talking of is not just addressing their concern. Their welfare should be looked into, because there is no better way to say it. If you have a situation where at every given opportunity the average Nigerian doctor is ready to jet out of Nigeria at every given opportunity, how can you best explain a situation where if you like Saudi Arabia and all their area of interest is area of expertise, people who take care of intensive care, and you see doctors, Nigerian doctors, queuing, ready to go out of this country to go and give the same service, that service to another citizen in another country.
Reports that they were harassed by the GSS.
It's not about being harassed. It's about, have they violated any law by saying they want to go to Saudi Arabia to work? I don't think they've done that. And if what they encourage them to stay, the right thing to do, the reason of their living is not far-fetched. It's centered on their remuneration. It's centered on their welfare. Address it and you see them stay. Because nobody will want to go to a country where he's a second-class citizen and leave his country or birth of origin where he's a first-class citizen. Whether I like it or not, if you go from here to Saudi Arabia, you are a second-class citizen. That notwithstanding, I'm not saying they will victimize you, but psychologically something tells you that this is not my environment.
Difficult with the language.
You have to cope with the language, cope with the environment, the climate, the weather. That notwithstanding, as humans, we have potential to adapt. Over time, they will adapt and get used to the environment. But what I'm saying is, address those fundamentals that is pushing people out of this country. Address those fundamentals that are pushing the doctors out of this country, and you see that they will be ready to stay. You can even attract foreign experts into Nigeria if you address all these challenges. Why is it that Nigeria have the highest paid senators? Nigeria has the highest paid presidents. Nigeria has the highest paid governors. Why don't you have the highest paid doctors in the world? Why is it that it's only the political class? We are seeing that's where Nigeria is recording being at the forefront, leading when it comes to highest paid president, highest paid senators, highest paid House of Rep members, highest paid governors. But in terms of doctors, you are seeing Nigerian doctors as the lowest paid globally. If not, it may not be the lowest anyway, but they rank among the lowest globally. And these are people who have suffered, who have read, who needed to earn good living. And look at, we talked about police brutality the other time. When there was protests in Lagos and some other part of the country, when there was demand of 5 for 5, they captured the interest of police welfare. Did the government up to today, has the government addressed it?
Does the government not have funds?
I don't think fund is the problem. The problem is misappropriation of fund. We have said it here several on this platform that there is a lobby firm in America that have reached officials to the Nigerian government who have traced some funds in American banks being laundered by Nigerian government officials. A particular case in hand is the former NSA Azazi, who died in a plane crash with the former Kaduna State governor. That he had about 9 billion laundered in an American bank. And this lobbying firm have risen to Nigerian government under this current administration to hire them for possibly tracing and repatriating those funds to Nigeria. But this government have not deemed it fit to engage them. So how do you not tell me that it is possible of fund? And currently, there may be so much looting that is not being reported, that is being done clandestinely. So I don't think fund is an issue.
Somebody is asking a question. As he said that when those doctors go to Saudi Arabia, they will be second-class citizens. Somebody is asking, Mr. Martin, for goodness sake, are you a first-class citizen in Nigeria?
The person should not misunderstand me. The context I say it is not within the context of whether I'm a first-class citizen in Nigeria. Because I can understand the angle the person is speaking from. Because in Nigeria, you have two classes of citizens. The political class and the ordinary people. And each time you have issues in this country, it is that political class that get the benefits of a citizen. That's the reason when you saw Nigerian government saying they want to give us 774,000 jobs to ordinary Nigerians to mitigate the effect of COVID-19. At the end of the day, up to today, SIRAP is writing federal government to publish the list of the beneficiaries so that we can verify whether it actually get to the people who needed it. So the context I'm saying it is in the area of going to another man's land to learn their language, to face a different climate, a different weather, a different culture, and trying to adapt. The challenge of all that process of adaptation is from that context I'm saying it. Not that leaving Nigeria for America, for Britain, that you will not meet a better life. That is not the context I'm saying it.
Okay, let's look at the mass defections. An APC chieftain said that it's as a result of Buhari's achievements.
It is not.
I don't know why you just laughed.
I laugh because in Nigeria,
you're saying that Buhari has not achieved anything.
Buhari have not recorded achievement that will attract people into APC. There are some factors that are pushing people from PDP into APC.
Okay.
Let's see the little we can look about. Look at apprehension, fear of being arrested and prosecuted.
Okay. That's
it's a big factor.
Okay.
Because there is a belief that if you go into APC, your sins will be forgiven.
Okay.
Somebody was quoted to have said that if you committed sin in the past and you join APC, your sins will be forgiven.
That is Shomole.
Maybe it's your someone anyway, but I know somebody said it in the past. So what I'm trying to say is that is a big factor.
Okay.
Then again, this issue of you want to win an election and they talk about power of incumbency. Ordinarily, what power of incumbency should do is, because of the dividends of democracy you have brought to the people by being in the saddle, it will encourage people to vote for your party. But in Nigeria, what they mean by power of incumbency is your ability to use the power of state, the police, the army, the DSS, the navy, all the security apparatus, your ability to use them to your advantage illegally to win election. That is what they call power of incumbency in Nigeria. And that is part of what is pushing people into APC. Well, there's a belief that if you are in APC, you end up becoming the candidate of the party at any capacity. In any capacity, you already a man to beat, because there's that power of incumbency in terms of the army, the police, the navy, the DSS to help perpetuate you into power against all odds.
Okay.
So that is another thing.
Why I'm looking at my phone is that somebody posted the achievement of Buhari. Okay. So I'm trying to look at it. We know that most governors from PDP have gone to APC, and they are saying because of Buhari's achievement. Let's look at the economy. What do you think has Buhari achieved in the economy?
Have you not read? I don't know why it's not on this newspaper that Nigeria lost over 188 billion dollar investment between 2017 and today.
188
billion US dollar as foreign direct investment.
Okay.
That the investors have indicated interest to come in.
Okay.
Perhaps because of our condition. I know largely the PIB that was not in existence is part of it.
Okay.
So is that not a thing of concern if you are talking about the economy? Under this administration, we have witnessed 2 recessions. So those are the indices you can use to measure a working economy. I'm not saying the government can do better. This because the more you start seeing economic activities, the better for the economy.
Okay.
But if we are recorded 2 recession under this government,
okay,
I quite understand that the second one, part of it was caused by effect of COVID-19. But that notwithstanding, if you had diversified the economy before COVID-19, when COVID-19 when the issue of COVID-19 came on board,
okay,
if we had other sources of revenue other than crude, when there was a shock in the international market, when it has to do with crude, it would have reflected in our own economy that would plunge Nigerian economy into a recession. If you look at the first recession, it was ill-advised of this government that crashed the economy. When this government came in, they made a policy on ground, the TSA, already been in process by the former government.
okay,
And this government gave a timeline. On so and so date, you are starting TSA. And when they did that, the economy crashed. Because if you look at all the statements that came from the former Minister of State, former Minister of Finance, I'm talking about Adeosun. After TSA, she was always consistently saying that there's every need to inject money into the Nigerian economy. And as after the TSA, the federal government made us understand that they realized 3.1 trillion naira when they mop up all funds of federal government in all the various financial banks.
okay.
So you crash the economy by your own policy. They would have done the TSA better. There would have been a way you do it systematically, not giving an abrupt date to start it. So it was ill-advised policy that crashed the economy in that first instance that led Nigerian economy into recession. Okay. So how did the person want me to measure Nigerian economy under this government if we are witness to recession under the same government?
Okay. Somebody, Latif Alaba on Facebook, he posted, he said that this government has we have our foreign reserve from loss to profit. Foreign reserve from loss to profit. Jam remittance from million to billion. FIRS remittance from million to trillion. Custom remittance from million to trillion. NNPC from loss to profit. Communication sector from nothing to trillion. Nigeria is working.
I may equally want to remind this person that under this current administration,
okay,
they met 12.12 trillion debts. As at the time they took over, they have borrowed, it have jacked up to 39.9 trillion naira, meaning under a space of 6-7 years, they have borrowed up to 12-point-something trillion. No, sorry, 8-point-something trillion.
No, 39 minus 12.
No, maybe I'm not getting the figure, but if you put
27 trillion.
Minus that is okay. Sorry, they have borrowed 28 point. They made 12.12, and it have jacked up to 28 point something.
Okay.
So by implication, they have borrowed additional
16.
I cannot remember the figure, but what I'm trying to say in essence is their borrowing trend is high. There is no way this government will justify the money that is being earned vis-a-vis the development on ground. If all the areas the person is atomizing, why are we still witnessing this level and rate of borrowing? What we are using to service our loan currently is more than 70% of our local earning. So where does that lead you? If what they needed to do, I'm not saying they are not earning money, but we are not seeing it reflect in infrastructural development, and the borrowing trend is not being checked. So why should that person want me to agree that the revenue that is being generated is yielding results if I see government borrowing up to 50% to finance the budget?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Matthew. Because of the rain, that's why I got you. Sure. Good morning, Mr. Charles.
Good morning, Christian. Good morning, viewers. Still remember Mr. Charles once again.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
If you have an opportunity, you leave Nigeria. Our doctors are leaving. Some in Saudi Arabia, already in Saudi Arabia, they are saying that the money they collect is 10 times their money here. What do you think the government should do? Because the doctors are insistent on strike.
We have said it once again. Like last week, we analyzed this on this channel, this platform, that the government knows what to do. You asked me a question that if I am opportune to travel, will I do that? Why not, my brother? They were paid, a place where you are not being owned. Your money is being coming as at when due. Everything you needed comes out at when you needed it at most. If I am opportune to leave this country, my brother, I will do that. I will do the same thing, because you are going to pay me times 10 of what I'm going to earn here, because here they are not valued. The validity of medical doctors here is not well recognized by we, as not even the citizen, but by so-called the government officials, ranging from the senators, presidential houses, and the other ones. Their importance and their essential is not what valid. So if I'm opportune, if I'm in their shoe or on their shoe, definitely I will do the same thing. I will travel out. This is a place where you will be paid. Your money is not being owed. Nobody is giving you stories. A lot of money has been channeled that medical doctors should be given let me say, a household money for some years now. Till now, my brother, the money has not been given to them. Definitely, if I'm the one, I will leave. As long as I am not mounting the fundamental issues, I am not violating any constitution in this particular country. So why should I stay? I have to go there and mix. The reason why we go to school these days is just to feed your family. You don't just go to school and start looking at people's face. You can't just spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6 years in the university with the intensity and the high level of suffering that has been mounted in some of the higher institutions and the other things, and you expect them not. They have a lot of family to feed on ground. They have so many of them are out there, so many of them are the breadwinners of their family. So definitely I will do the same thing. I will leave, my brother.
Okay, what should be done to the doctors? Because now hospitals are taking in patients, no one to treat them. I have my father is supposed to go through operation, but there's no place he can go to. What do you think the doctor should do on their part?
Yes.
Should they not go, or should they still?
My brother, sometimes when we come back to the sense of being human, some of them they are human enough. Some of them will have to consider. That's where considerational factors among most of them, because they are all human beings. Some of them have fathers. Let's assume it's your father that is sick. Will you abandon your father and leave? Will you abandon your father and travel? Definitely, if they can do one or two things and help. But whether you like it or not, the federal government or the government itself knows what to do. They knows what to place on ground for this our able men and able medical doctor not to leave. My brother, let's not be talking as if we don't know what we are saying here. The government knows what they are doing. They knows what to put on ground to checkmate these issues. Because you cannot tell me that we don't have the resources on ground to return these people. If you go to Western world, medical doctors of health departments are the most recognized departments in the world, but not in Nigeria. Not in Nigeria. We are the only department that has been recognized in Nigeria, and it's only the political cycle. But as a medical doctor, they are not even recognized in this country. But whether you like it or not, the federal government knows what to put on place, what to put on ground, just to return these medical doctors.
Can you list any of Buhari's achievements that have affected you as a Nigerian?
My brother, there's no achievement in Buhari regime that you have to quantitate, that is fact measure for you to measure even the lives of people. People have died in this regime. People have died in this regime. People have, just a few days ago,
somebody is just lamenting.
Exactly what we are saying in this platform.
He did not hear the question, but you can see he's answering the question.
He said that the government is dead. The country is finished. You cannot measure the life of an individual with Buhari's achievement. What achievement are we talking about here? There's no any achievement. If go to Jos today. I called somebody from Jos today, Plateau State. Daddy Nokowa, to be precise, Bukuru to be precise, because I was once opportune to be there. The person told me that everybody in Plateau State are nothing but on run, as we speak right now. But we have
Lagos State are taking their students from Jos, Lagos State. That is exactly what was done to us 2008.
My brother, that was exactly what was done to us 2008. Then my governor was, if I'm not mistaken, or Hakim. he has to send buses to Imo State students then in Unijos, and we were transported from Jos to East. So definitely, what do you expect the government to do? What do you expect a very good person to do in terms of this particular problem?
So Buhari has not achieved anything.
That's not, my brother, I've not seen any achievement. Your life is more and more important than the achievement of what you are talking about here. There's nothing like an achievement
4
here.
billion naira has been given to inner city.
How many have you gained? What have you achieved? You that is talking about billions of naira. What have you achieved in that billions of naira? A lot of money has been collected from our so-called politicians before. Where are the money? How they keep on telling you that they borrow money from China. Tomorrow, believe me, you are going to end up, if you are not mistaken, you are going to end up as a factory worker to all these Chinese people because of the kind of money they are borrowing from them. So I have not seen any achievement here. The achievement you are talking about, your life is much more important. Any government that is not putting the life of its citizen at first, my brother, there's nothing it will achieve in life that is worth that your life, even though it's one person. Go to Jos, go to my maternal home in Ebonyi State. You cannot farm again. You cannot go to farm again. I called somebody right now, some few minutes ago. They told me that they cannot go to farm because there's a pipeline that passed through that particular place. They cannot go to farm because the Fulani herdsmen, once you go to farm, you won't come back alive. So if you go to a place like Nasarawa State, the same thing. So what are we talking about? Ordinary yam that you can afford in those days that you can buy at the rate of 300 naira. Now a single yam in Lagos State here is almost 2,500.
2,500.
Then what are we talking about? What achievement? If you cannot feed yourself, what's the most important thing in human life is for you to feed well. When you feed well, you'll be able to think.
Ever since you came to Lagos, what is life like in Lagos?
My brother, it has not been easy. To be honest with you, it has not been easy because some people will tell you that anything you achieve in Lagos goes in Lagos because there's no everywhere hardship. Look at how people are suffering. There's no money, nothing, no job. The little job you can get, they will tell you that come to an interview with this, with that. At the end of the day, you go to that interview. How much are you being paid? Nothing. So there's nothing you cannot tell me that coming to Lagos here, my brother, sometimes it's not a matter of saying it here, but I have to say it in this platform. Sometimes you regretted why coming over to this particular place. Because there's no achievement. Seriously, because for years, people at home, I remember in those days, my brother, when you go to your village and somebody comes from Lagos, they look at that person that comes from Lagos as if he's coming from abroad. But not now. I am telling somebody that we are paying what our forefathers enjoyed in Lagos now. We are the ones suffering it. They have enjoyed Lagos. Lagos is no more like before. When you enjoy Lagos, it's no more like then. Because now, we are suffering. You cannot tell me, you want to rent a house. You cannot. You want to go to, you cannot feed 3 times a day in Lagos again.
You cannot feed 3 times a day.
How will you do that? How much is a plate of food here? How much is a plate of food? How much is a plate of food? Transportation here and there, the cost of fuel, everything going higher because of what? The bad governance we have. So you cannot tell me there's no achievement here. All we are saying is that the government should do what is needful. They knows what to do. This is our money. We are not begging them to do anything, but it's our right. If you go to Constitution, that's what we call fundamental human rights, and it's been split in Section 3. That you must have to. There are some certain things that you need to put in place for your people to enjoy, because we are the one that put in power. Because if I did not go to that particular pool to vote for you, you will not be there. So for you not to be there, and for you to be there, that doesn't mean that you are going to that particular place to come and kill me.
Okay. Now let's look at mass defections. PDP in desperate move to stop mass defections. I asked you because some people are saying the governors, some of the people that are moving to PDP, to APC, are moving because of Buhari's achievements. If you were a senator under APC in this regime, under PDP in this regime, would you defect?
My brother, it depends on the truthfulness of the person.
Number one, they are alleging that they are persecuting PDP members.
Exactly, that is exactly what is going. The reason why there is a defect from PDP to APC, there are so many factors. that have to be channeled on that. One is because maybe some of the PDP member going down to APC believe that once you are in APC, you are covered. Insurance covers you. I remember somebody like Rochas Okorocha, upon all he did in Imo State, he came back to APC. Till today, he has not been probed because he's still under the cycle.
He has been probed now. By
Even if he has been probed, my brother, trust me and believe me, not everything that concerned Rochas Okorocha has been brought out. I served in Nasarawa State, and a particular place where I served, Tudunwada to be precise. If you see a very big hectare of land that's been owned by these Rochas, my brother, you ask yourself, is this in the whole is it in a whole state? And trust me, that kind of land must not have been. People must have known, they may not even known about the land for now. So for most of people that are defecting from PDP to APC, they are just doing it because security and insurance will cover them.
Personal interest.
Personal interest based on that APC, but not because PDP are not doing the right thing. I'm not a party member. I don't belong to any party right now. You understand what I'm saying? But whether you like it or not, the reason why they are defecting from that particular place is just because of their, they want to be covered. Once your insurance is covered, you have been covered by the insurance of APC. Definitely nothing will be put in place. Definitely what you'll be doing is that you'll be enjoying your life. Nobody will be fighting you because you are under the APC member. You are under the APC umbrella. But as long as you are still under the PDP, my brother, whether you like it or not, you'll be suffering. They'll be probing you until you surrender. That is why you see most of them, they know what they are doing. They are cross-carpeting from PDP to APC.
Okay, any final thoughts?
My final talk is that, once again, my great viewers, we thank you. We wish you all the best. Today is Monday, and our Biafra members out there, I pray that the Almighty God, somebody just called me from Aba. Today, there's no movement. Everywhere, sit at home. Please, we are not doing this because maybe we want to do it, but it's because it's our right to do it, and we must have to achieve what is rightfully belongs to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You can see when some reporters are reporting the fight in Afghanistan, you can see where they will be dodging bullets. So let's have Mr. Chigoti. I'm dodging the sun. I'm dodging the ray of the sun. Good morning, Mr. Chigoti.
Good morning, Christian and esteemed viewers. Trust you are getting on well. Okay.
Sit at home in the East, despite the fact that there's no pressure on people to sit at home. How do you look at it?
Yes, when you consider the position of the people, and you have every reason to agree with them. You have every reason to even support them in that noble cause. Over the week, I was contemplating on some certain issues. And I said, now, if God should destroy this world, then probably if I have opportunity to suggest to God, maybe he should start from the White House. Please don't misunderstand me for people residing in the US. Why? Because you can see, we have not enjoyed anything in Nigeria. Even those from the southeastern region or the old eastern region, we don't have any road network. We don't have health facilities. Our school system is in shambles. So why should God destroy the entire world together? I think He should start from the developed countries and give us some time to enjoy our life. In fact, down here we don't understand what's life enjoyment. I mean, having a considerable life or a better life, what it looks like. All we have been familiar with is killings, bombings, kidnapping, and all that. On a daily basis, it poses a threat, a psychological trauma to every one of us. So when now even you can sleep without power, without light, electricity. So when will Nigeria in particular begin to fix the problem of power? sector, we claim to have been over 200 million in population. 200 million, and you don't have health facility. Your medical doctors are leaving the shores of this country. Do you understand the potential threats it poses on the masses? You don't have access to good water, and yet you have a Ministry of Water Corporation. Billions of dollars on yearly basis has been allocated to Water Corporation of Lagos State of Nigeria. Yet the federal government or the state government could not sink a single borehole for the masses. So where are those money going for? You have billions allocated to health system, and yet you visit the health sectors, you don't have a single pin. The last time I visited one of the health facilities, primary health centers, only to run for my BP, just a routine check to understand, so that you understand when your BP has gone above, the thinking and whatever anxiety can build up.
People are dying nowadays.
The way people are dying, even the younger ones, due to pressure. If you can't manage pressure, it will just, the person will succumb. It's very unfortunate. You see, what's a better life? What is the meaning of life in Nigeria? These are fundamental issues. You wake up this morning, and unfortunately, we are still enjoying relative peace within this Lagos. You see, especially within this urban city. But those are the suburbs. You can see the daily activities of the herdsmen and kidnappers. They are paying for ransom, and it's very unfortunate.
Senator Nala's first son was killed by bandits in Kaduna.
Yes, I think you see, these bandits, I don't know what is wrong with them. I instructed them, or I gave them a better advice to go for the presidency. Let them adopt President Muhammadu Buhari or the governors.
It's an advice.
So yes, it's an advice, so that I can come to mediate or to negotiate for the release of Muhammadu Buhari, so that I can collect my own share of the money. You see, why should they go after a defenseless, an ordinary man? That boy is an ordinary man. So, and it doesn't make any sense. If it's the governor or the president or the senate president, I think that will get more momentum. It will attract more attention. This one, nobody is hearing it.
Understand.
It's very unfortunate.
Abducting the president, what will it solve the problem?
But unfortunately, these are the president boys. These are people that are loyal. If not, the presidents have not, deployed the use of fears to curtail the activities. So one, of course, will not be left with any other option than to believe that these people are working for the president. You've not seen any Fulani militia or Fulani herders or killer herdsmen arrested or prosecuted.
Some of them are being killed in raids and attacks.
Have been killed. Where are the evidences? So you don't understand what is going. Some of them have been, those that killed over 50 something people in Ondo State. In Oyo State. Were they arrested? Have you heard that one of them were arrested or prosecuted? Even one of them that were handed over to the police by the OPC group ended up were later released, and even the OPC's members were detained. We are detained. You can understand the country we found ourselves. It's very unfortunate.
How would the leaders in the southeast take advantage of the unity of some people in the southeast in this lockdown? What do you advise southeast leaders to do?
Well, I have no advice for them. My people do say that Adiyagwa Oshinti na Resula. Yotara. You see, the eagle has landed, is well within the target. So I have no advice for them.
Because I think
But what I
they
believe
should
that
align with people.
I don't even suggest that. You see, my people say ihe a na-agba na ntị adịghị agba ya n'anya. So mmadụ agaghị ahụ mkpịsị ga-egwukpọ ya anya tinye ya anya except the southeastern governors. They are playing to the gallery, but unfortunately and unfortunately for them, they will of course pay the price, a very ultimate price for that cause. Look at what is happening across now. Even the Christian Association, the president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, is now waking up. I may want to say, with due respect, sir, good morning, my reverend, my lordship. He's now waking up to say his members should take up arms. After we have lost tens of thousands of Christians in Nigeria, tens of thousands of churches has been burned, razed down. People in holding their vigil and church processions were rounded up and burnt alive. And you never made any statement. You are just giving irrelevant reasons or whatever. Now it's not done on you. Probably he has a God have revealed to him to ask the people to take up arms. When the version has become too high, when we have lost so many innocent people who depended on you for direction. I am not judging or condemning, but I'm saying, as of course I'm a Christian, but I'm not happy with the development. Why now? Why now? Why must you wait until disaster looms?
Are you not calling for war by asking Christians to take up arms?
Am I not calling for war?
Like the camp president.
Is there any other war greater than this? Where you see over 300 and something young peoples adopted in exchange for money. It's a war crime itself. You see, even in a full-blown war, you can't see it is against the international criminal law or war crime to adopt children or to subject children to such level of cruelty. Do you have any greater war than this? That people are dying in their thousands on daily basis, not just within a particular region. The northern region has been turned to killing fields. Even in a full-blown war, you can't record such number of casualties on daily basis. You saw in what's happening in Jos, where the youths had to take to the streets. I mean, they went to they moved those dead bodies, dead victims, to the government's house. That defines the way forward. That people are no longer at ease. They are no longer willing, to fold their hands. Could there be any greater war? Even in a full-blown war, you still have something to eat. People are talking about the achievements of Muhammadu Buhari.
Yeah, that's the reason why we're having defections from PDP to APC.
Yes, one of his achievements is that by September 1, the electricity tariff will be increased by 300%. That is one of the achievements. At least that means more hardship for the masses. You are not even enjoying electricity with this exorbitant price. There's no commensurate service. Value for what you're paying currently. You see, Nigeria cannot boast even this Lagos cannot boast for 12 hours uninterrupted power. And now they are coming up with 300% increments. You know that what means? So somebody who earns 30 minimum wage. You see, now I currently pay between 10 to 12,000. Just an individual. You see, in fact, you see, we better set this country on fire so that the people that remains can enjoy life, can understand the meaning of life. You see, we can't continue with this system. Continuing with this system is just subjecting somebody to torture, indefinite torture. So it's quite unfortunate. Now, look, the government have not designed the salary structure to better the lots of her own citizens. Tell me, logically, what can you do with 30,000 naira minimum wage with this present situation? That a bag of rice is 27,000.
No, let's start with a meal a day times 30. Just you are eating once in a day. Once in a day. Won't be enough. 30,000 won't be enough. You are not doing any other thing. You don't have any other responsibility. Just once in a day will not be enough.
That is the problem. What can 30 minimum wage do to a citizen? That's why the public servants or those in public service or civil service will resort to stealing, because you have subjected them, you have used the instrumentality, you have weaponized poverty. There's no way they can survive, humanity can survive on 30 minimum wage. For crying loud, if you have not even dependents, your dependents, if you personally, you can't survive with that. You have to take you have not taken away your transportation fare and all that. And most people are just casual workers. You see, you can understand that already they have subjected people to the life of suffering, the life of poverty, the life of begging. Even the doctors are not left out. The politicians are ranked as the highest paid public holder or servants in the whole world. In the whole world, what a senator earns on monthly basis is higher than what Biden of America, the most powerful president of the world. How do you reconcile it? Why the masses are subjected to endless and retrogressive lifestyle by government's anti-people's policy? They don't consider the people's welfare. They don't consider this welfare of okay, you can understand.
You are going to increase electricity bill.
Yes.
You are saying it's one of the achievements of the.
Yes, it's one of the achievements. And what is the economic implication of this? If, for instance, you're paying 8,000, 10,000, you have to multiply it by 3. Then, is it reasonable? I mean, in a sense society, in a civilized society, you are paying for what you don't consume. In fact, it makes people run mad. That's why you can see people even die of heart attack, thinking of anxiety. Probably we may return to the use of lantern and what do you call it? The traditional way of even candle is not even cheap at this time. You can't imagine a single candle is 80 naira. A single candle to 100 naira. So in fact, life is becoming more unbearable. That's why we must hasten up the dissolution of this country, because it is no longer tenable. It is no longer in the interest of the people. We are always struggling to survive. We are not living life. It's unfortunate. Look at the health. You have over 200 million citizens, and you don't have a relative stable health system. The doctors are leaving the source of just visit. If you are opportune to visit one of the general hospitals, you will be grateful to God that even though you don't have food, that you still have relative health. Honestly, people are dying, even the frustration alone, only to run malaria tests, typhoid. In one occasion, I took my son there. They tell me that, and the boy was stooling. Even in the presence of the doctor. So I don't blame them sometimes, because they are also affected by this system.
Yeah.
The doctors were there discussing when will they increase their salary, otherwise they will go on strike. And in the presence of the doctor, my child started vomiting. So I was waiting for the mother. After waiting for over an hour, I said, what is she doing there? I now went to that place. I saw what is happening. I said, please, doctor, can you assist this boy? He's stooling for barely 24 hours. we administered the oral drip and all that. It couldn't zinc and it couldn't stop. That's why we went there. Could you imagine the doctor recommended for test, which is normal, and we went there and eventually the person attending to us or the lab technician, whatever, lab scientist, asked us to come back by 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. And here is the dying child. What I pleaded with her, she was reluctant. I went back to the doctor and I complained. The doctor said, give me a written note, give to this person. The woman still turned down. She said, you have to follow turns. I don't blame them. Why? Because there are too many people. But consideration should be given to emergency. Because of the sort of health personnel, you don't blame them. But what I have to do is to take up the child. I collected all the papers, all the file. I told it before. My wife said, no, she didn't. I said, this is the last time this boy will come here. How could you tell me to stay? The boy is stooling and I have to stay for until 5 p.m. when I will get this thing. Unfortunately, we have to leave. And could you believe that was the last time I took that boy to that general hospital? And God took control and we went to one of the pharmacies and that caused, but it shouldn't have been that way. It shouldn't have been that way.
We are hoping on God.
Children has no, even the masses, the citizens has no access to affordable medical care. Even there is not even, it is a horrible state. In fact, I will curse the day the word Nigeria was named, because that is the greatest, is the worst day in the history of humanity. The day that the word Nigeria was named, the day that the Nigeria become a sovereign state, may that day be cursed. Is a very big shame. That's why, of course, we cannot continue with this system. Clearly, if you want to kill me for believing in Biafra, I don't care. If that is the ultimate price to pay, I think it will be more honorable to die for a justifiable cause in pursuit of the freedom of my own people than living the life of servitude, the life of bondage, the life of retrogression, the life of motionless within this contraction called Nigeria. It is no longer feasible. That's why, of course, the sisters' home will be sustained. And kudos to the NNM Abaribe for lending his voice to this seat at home. Everybody should rise. It is time to rise. The Igbos, the Old Eastern region, the Biafrans should rise. The Ishakiris, the Jaws, everybody has a stake in this dissolution of the Nigerian state. The Yoruba, of course, should rise. Should rally around. I commend Soyinka for the move he's making, but I hope that move will not be truncated. Okay. But that notwithstanding, the fight for freedom will persist, will continue, not until we are delivered, we are emancipated. This is a slavery. This is living in bondage. The next season of living in bondage is in Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
It's a very big shame.
Thank you very much. Like if you want to see an evidence, because here in the bus stop, people are finding it difficult to cope with what is happening in Nigeria today. This man is one of my reviewers. Very, very, very committed. You see, the situation of the country is not so palatable. How do you cope in Nigeria?
My name is David Adebola.
Okay.
Well, Nigeria is not. I can't just say.
You were pro-government.
No, assistant number one.
Okay.
Assistant number one. I cannot say Nigerians now is. Let's just be too frank to ourselves. This is a country that God bless us with, but we are the problem of ourselves. Nigeria have anything to become a great in the world, to become the best in the world. But look at our situation where we are today because of some few people. They hold power in their hand. Only few people there are no more than 20 people that control Nigeria. But there's nothing. The foundation was still based in God. That's one thing I believe in Nigeria. Nigeria remain Nigeria. It is only few one that control us. So I can never see anything that make Nigeria to belong. It is people that are there, which means this government and the people that control this government. This is our problem in Nigeria. Nigeria remain a number one in the world. I can probably anywhere to go. But when this group of people, they are guided themselves. Even right now, they are still
Who are
planning.
this group of people?
They know themselves. They know where they gather. But they are still planning it now against 2023, which means they don't want Nigeria to move forward. Which means there's nothing they can do. Nigeria must go to where they want us to be. Nigeria may remain in Nigeria until we become a great than American and British. I know
Nigeria
that
cannot disintegrate.
one.
Nigeria would not divide. That's
I don't believe in that
it's
one.
not possible.
It's not possible.
So how
But
do you
well,
cope as a Nigerian living in Lagos now? How do you cope
eh,
generally?
Fine. Everything is so down now. So you can know, especially where we are living now, the food item is very high, the cloth item is very high, the house rent, everything here now is around us in Lagos now is too high. But that one doesn't mean that God will change because of Nigeria. Nigeria still remain. But one day, the height of the lies one, the one they want to put Nigeria down, God will survey there and they will remove them in Nigeria. And then Nigeria will remain the best in the world.
Can you map out one or two achievements of this administration that is favorable to you as a Nigerian?
Since when they came to the power from 19 to 2015, I've never seen anything they achieved to me. Nothing this present government achieved in Nigeria.
That is the government of Buhari.
This government Buhari and his group called APC, I've never achieved anything there. Only put it came backward. Backward and backward. But that's what doesn't stop what Nigeria will be.
Some hands are pointing at Buhari, some hands are pointing at the people walking around him. Who are you going to put your hand to?
I always stand in. There's no problem with Buhari. It's people that be in the capital that the problem of Nigeria. It's not Buhari because there's a capital, there's a power that control this country. There's a cabal that control this country. They are the one that behind it. It's what I tell Buhari what a Buhari will do. But Nigeria remain where she's standing. So the cackle is one we need to be remove them and put the right cackle there. Yeah, Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good evening, Christian.
Your presence has been anticipated.
Anyway, my friend died 3 days ago. That was on Saturday, I think. 2 days ago, yeah. My friend Darren died 2 days ago, and what contributed to his death was as a result of NARD, N-A-R-D, strike, Association of Resident Doctors strike, yes. Darren was heart and healthy Thursday. So all of a sudden, he started complaining of the heart, that his heart used to cut. You understand? That's heart failure. That's his heart. Sometimes he just fail. So he complained to us. We were 3 friends like that. We always discuss politics. So the guy was down to earth, fresh, healthy, living fine. They were, I think, 4 siblings. They are now 3 siblings. So their dad died, their mom died anyway earlier. They were living fine. Nobody's poor among them. So the guy, he was taken to the hospital where he was being treated. That hospital was not good enough, according to one of my friends. We are 3 friends. One of us, I was not there, but one of us was there taking care of him, sitting behind him. He has a wife, I think, understand, and 3 kids.
What's a private?
Yes, private hospital. So then they took him. They were referring him on Saturday to another hospital. So on the way to Lagoon Hospital where he was being referred, Lagoon Hospital was not working. Echo Hospital was not working as well. So they took him to GRA. So on arriving to the very hospital they recommended for him at GRA, Dare died. Just on the premises of that hospital. They were taking him to that hospital in GRA with oxygen. Dare complained that the oxygen was not working well. He was talking, discussing with one of my friends there. On arrival, he gave up. He was 37 years.
Are you blaming
old.
this on the strike?
I'm blaming it on the strike. I'm blaming it on the kind of medical facilities we have in Nigeria. The oxygen was not working. Why? The man administering, the hospital administering these powerful antibiotics to this guy. How come? Did they know the cause of the death? They didn't even know the ailments. They don't know. Because we later understood that Dare was poisoned.
Yes, it was poison that killed Daryl. They administered too much, so much antibiotics to this guy. And you know this side effect of antibiotics in the body. It dries up the blood. It causes much blood clotting. Antibiotics, somebody administer antibiotics, you should be giving that person blood tonic. I think understand. So that is it. No medical facility in Nigeria.
Can't we have any good news in Nigeria?
No good news.
Since when we are coming here every day,
Yeah.
we say bad news. Let's just say one good news.
I'm telling you, my brother, no good news in Nigeria. The good news
Motors have been giving 4 billion naira to support his business.
to support the business by government.
Yes.
Government gave Innocent Motors 4 billion naira. Innocent Motor manufactured Ezeugu, the armored tank for Nigeria in 2020. Nigerian military that are using Ezeugu, it was Innocent that supplied that to them. I didn't understand. So it's a good news if government gave Innocent 4 billion. That's a very good news. So that Innocent will at least start fabricating the engine by himself, not going to Japan, as importing from Japan the fabrication before they actually manufacture a vehicle, a car. So that 4 billion will help. I think it will go a long way. It's a good news.
Good news in Nigeria.
Yes.
Buhari's achievement.
Yeah, Buhari's achievement. Yeah, when people were complaining about this government, why? We are complaining because Buhari has not achieved anything in this government. The only achievement I can tell you that Buhari has, achieved in this country is what? Killings, herdsmen attacks, failing to proscribe bandits, failing to proscribe herdsmen is the achievement of Buhari. Hunger, deprivation, every here and there. Nobody is feeding well in Nigeria. No system is working in Nigeria. The prices of goods, especially food, essential commodities, have skyrocketed. It's an achievement. Buhari has succeeded in achieving hate, letting Nigerians to know that our common enemies are the Fulanis. An achievement. What do you mean? Buhari has opened our eyes. Yoruba man's eyes, Igbo man's eyes, Hausa man's eyes. Buhari has let us know that there are much differences between Hausa and the Fulani. An achievement. Buhari has let us understand that a president can turn against his subjects, the citizens of a particular country or a country that are subjects, citizens that are subjected to him, to govern. Buhari's achievement, I have not seen any. Buhari's government has made me to understand that the obvious is subjected to what? Denial. That is Buhari's government. Buhari's government has made me to understand that to travel from here to east is a serious danger. There's a Fulani herdsmen, bandits, government encroaching every highway in Nigeria. Kaduna Highway, Kano Highway, Abuja Highway. Can you travel on land again? People are buying air tickets because of Buhari's achievements. Buhari has let us understand that Taliban's, oh my God, Al-Qaeda, persons that work with Al-Qaeda can be easily integrated in this government. Buhari's achievement. Buhari has let us understand that the Hausa and Fulani, the Hausas in the north, Nigeria in the north, in the border, Nigerian border with Niger, you can never ever tell where it starts and where it stops. Niger people can migrate easily here and fight Igbos, Yorubas, Hausas, telling us that this land belongs to them. The Nigerians. This is an achievement by Buhari. That Buhari can easily construct railway line from Kano or Abuja direct to Niger. While the railway line we have in Nigeria here, all the railway lines, Nigeria Railway Corporation, they are not working.
Some of them are working.
Some of them are working. Why constructing one that leads from Kano to Niger? What has he achieved? What is that? What does that indicate? Buhari constructed refinery in Niger. Do you think
we cannot uncover it. We have uncovered that.
So what will make a PDP senator or governor
To defect.
or defect?
Thank you. Once you enter or defect to APC, your sins are forgiven. If you had stolen money in the past, EFCC will not quiz you. They will not question you. So, defect to APC
Okorocha properties over 400 has been confiscated.
by Uzodinma's government.
He's an APC man.
He's an APC man. That's an achievement by Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma is against Okorocha. Rochas Okorocha. Of course, let me tell you, Okorocha has taken virtually every land, every community's land in Imo State. Okorocha grabbed their lands. Every community in Imo State ceded their land to Rochas Okorocha. So Okorocha was a governor that grabbed Imo State, Imo people land, government land everywhere, and converted it to his own. He built universities with Imo government money and converted it to his own. So if Hope Uzodinma seizes or confiscates Okorocha's property, he's doing the normal thing. Because he himself is a thief. Why shouldn't a thief seize what belongs to a fellow thief? They are just bed of same feeder. If Okorocha confiscates Hope Uzodinma's property, it's a welcome idea. Because when a thief steals, and another thief come and rob him, it is good. I don't know what I understand. Yeah.
So it negates the fact that if you belong to APC, your sins are forgiven.
The sins that any man commits in Nigeria, what are those sins? You think it's ordinary sin? When we are talking about sin, people think say it's ordinary sin of lying, stealing somebody's wife, grabbing somebody. The sin, political sins, I mean, is what? Embezzlement. Once you embezzled money under any government, once you embezzle money. Okay, Baba, come on.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Just get close to the mic a bit.
So
Good evening, sir.
what is the topic about?
Yeah, we're looking at the defections of most party officials from PDP to APC. There's a reason, an APC chieftain gave reason. They are attracted by Buhari's achievements. What's your take?
Well, the point is that this country today, there's no truth here. You see, they deceive people and they want people to die in poverty, right? They don't want to invest in their education. They don't want to create jobs. You know, what they want to do is that they want to create an army of beggars, because if there's no job, people are tended to beg. You see, they want to create army of beggars, and then they look onto them for food. So that's just their aim. The point is that if the people are empowered, they don't need to go to anybody for any help. But they deliberately don't want to empower them so that they remain in poverty forever.
In what ways do they deliberately impoverish them?
Well, if you don't create jobs, if people have no jobs, they are impoverished now. If they have no jobs, then they beg. And this is why you have a lot of people, young people who are educated but have no job. You see, they improve them by denying them job opportunity. They are qualified, but there's no job.
I think this is a deliberate act by the ruling class.
It is a very deliberate act. They did that so that they impoverish you. Once you are impoverished without any job, the tendency is for you to beg.
Okay, what should be done?
What should be done is that empower the young ones. Those that are qualified, give them job.
Hence these people don't want to empower the young ones. What should the young ones do?
Well, the young ones are powerless because the young ones are powerless. There's not much they can do. They are not in government. You see, it is when you have the authority that you can decide. Don't forget that an hungry man is an angry man. The youths are angry because they have no job. Create job for them. There will be stability in the country. But these people there, they are only friendly for their own families. They are not friendly for you. And what they do is that they make you go hungry. When the election comes, they give them gari or one useless 1,000 naira. Because if they are hungry, they give you 500 naira, you run after them. But instead of giving them 500 naira, why not invest so much so that the youth can be independent?
But some people say that the government has tried in some ways
No.
to empower
No, that is
the school feeding program.
they are deceiving you. All those figures are false. All those things they are giving you, they are false. They are not real. Look, those days you have, when I left school, you don't need to go, but yet, yeah, I'm talking of 60, 65. Yes. When you leave school, you don't need to go for an employment. The university will come to the campus and ask, what is your, what is your discipline? They offer you employment while you are still in school. You don't go about carrying papers. But now look at them. The children, they are very qualified, but there's no job. And you say you are doing empower. They are deceiving them. They know. And don't forget that the percentage of educated people in this country is less than, when I say educated, people who understand, the percentage of educated people in this country is less than 50%.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Your name, sir. I'd like to get your number so that I can.
Because they will count it.
No, I don't give my number.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
That is army of beggars. Yes.
Can speak English. But yeah, let me tell you, I like the term he used here. Buhari's achievement is creating army of beggars. Army of beggars. Mammoth beggars in Lagos State, mammoth beggars in Kano State. Anyway, it is their common tradition there to beg.
No.
Mammoth beggars in everywhere, all over Nigeria. That's an achievement. That's why you see PDP, riddling in what? Defection crisis now. Everybody is defecting from PDP to APC. Everybody is defecting. Decamping, crossing over to APC because of what? They are driven by what? Personal interests, individualistic interests. They are going there because of their purse. They are going there because they stole money. They don't want to be what? Probed. That is the major reason they are going there. Have you forgotten in the haste when Ochimolo said, Adam Ochomole said, cross carpet or cross over to APC, all your sins are forgiven. Not normal sins, our Lord Jesus Christ is telling us so. All the money you have embezzled, forgotten, will be forgotten. Wherever, whenever. Just when you come over, we are in charge. Come so that the whole corruption allegation leveled against you will be what? Written off. That is the main issue. Anti-Stella Odua. I'm one of the person that likes this woman. I say good things about her. How she managed Nigeria aviation industry. Nigeria Aviation Ministry. Stella Odua was the best. Man, but since what Stella Odua has done, Stella Odua, my auntie, has crossed over to APC. Why? I don't know. Because of selfish interests. Stella Odua cross-carpeted. Let me tell you what happened. They called Stella Odua on phone. Stella, how are you? Fine. My name is Buhari. Oh, sir. Oh, hey, good morning, sir. If you come to APC, don't tell them, don't tell Opuzodima, don't tell Obiano, don't tell anybody, you will be Nigerian next president. Don't tell anybody, I think understand. That is the trick they use. Stella Odua, if you cross to APC, you are the next president. You, in fact, you will be the first female president in this country. That was dramatic. It sounds so dramatic.
The man also said that Nigerian youth have no hope again. Do you believe?
Somebody says Nigerian youth have no hope again. This Baba that spoke is speaking from his heart. Is speaking from his mind. And he is saying the truth. Hopes of the youths in Nigeria, no way again. The youths in Nigeria have no hope anymore. Because Buhari, is bent on suppressing the youth of this country. No hope again. No creation of job. Let me tell you, infrastructural development, employment infrastructure, none is visible anymore. When a youth doesn't have a job doing, what do you expect from that youth? He will go and do yahoo.
He will go and carry gun steal, to rob people. A youth that doesn't have work has no future. A youth, if there is no work, how do you expect those children to be serious in school? They won't be serious because after going to school, you won't have any job.
Okay.
So the hope of the youth in Nigeria are what? Gone. No youth is having any hope again, my brother.
Final thought, Mr. Ra.
Anyway, my final thought, let me tell you the kind of rumors spreading across social media now that 230 Igbos were shot dead. A bus or two buses loaded with Igbo travelers in the north were killed. It's a rumor. It's a fake rumor. We didn't hear any news like that. It's fake. Nobody should fight anybody. No Igbo man was shot. So that they are circulating this rumor so that they will throw all of us into confusion. Nobody, no Igbo man was killed. Yes, I spell this out to Buhari. Buhari should come out and condemn the killing in Plateau State. Fulani people were responsible for those killings last week. Buhari could not say anything. Buhari should come out and address the issue in the Middle Belt before it escalated into full war.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Exactly. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How was your weekend?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, keep the good work going, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah. Okay. The reason for mass defections, an APC chieftain said it's because of Buhari's achievements. Do you have any contrary opinion?
Yeah, I have a contrary opinion. You could remember, where the statement the former chairman of APC said, then Adam Oshiomhole, that once you cross to APC, your sins are forgiven. All those people crossing, they are crossing for their own selfish protection, right? So that they won't be probed, they won't be put under what's it called, the EFCC, the new kid on the block now in the EFCC, so that it will not be on their radar, on his radar. So what they are just doing is they are promoting corruption in this country. A lot of them have crossed. A lot of them, especially from the south here, from the southwest, from the southeast. A lot of them are crossing over. Not for the good, things to be done for the citizen, but it's for their own selfish protection. And it's very, very bad for our democracy, right? And the APC is just introducing the real maladministration we're talking, the real corruption we're talking. They are just promoting corruption in this country, and we will never accept that. Have they returned all the money all of them stolen? We could know of the former governor of Ogun State then, Mr. Dane. We could know of a lot of them. Stella Odua was there. We could know of all the guys crossing. Mr. Oje Uzokalo is there. So it's not really welcome idea for us. And they are promoting corruption, more corruption in this country.
Let's look at the achievements of Buhari. Most people say that when you look at the jam sector, they have remitted enough money. FIRS, enough money has been remitted. So many revenue have been collected in this government.
You're talking of the FRS, you're talking of JAM. Who are they collecting all this money from? They are the privileged, less privileged masses, the students that want to write JAM, and the money they are collecting does not commensurate with the service they are getting. A lot of them, they will pay this money to do JAM will jam them, and it's more or less. I don't see any progressive thing that one is bringing to the country.
Gives it their profit. How many years? They pronounced profit for how many years in this
Yeah, they pronounced 240 billion naira. 240 billion naira out of how many trillions that has been consumed by this NNPC. This NNPC, they has been feeding fat. They have been feeding fat on Nigerians. Why? Is because the oil sector they're supposed to take care of, the refinery they're supposed to focus on, is now they just talk. Look at it. They say wish cry yesterday, Pikin died today. Or how do they say it? It's more or less when they realize now that they've milked us enough. What NNPC has never heard it. They've never put up they never put their audit accounts into open space. Have you ever heard that NNPC come out that this is what the profit we make in a year? Except now that they see that they can just use that 240 billion to just convince Nigeria that they are doing well. But why are they doing well? The refineries are not working. Go and look at a country that we are copying our system with. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has Cetraco. I think Cetraco or one name they call the oil firm there. And look at how effective that and is the one generating the whole oil Saudi Arabia is. You know, they are the #1 supplier, producer of oil in the world. And you know, in this country, the more policy the government tell you they embark on, the less you see. The more you look at the policy, the less you see. So I can't buy into that game. NNPC should be probed right from 10, 15, 20 years. Nothing has really changed.
With all the monies that have been put, road constructions.
I'm seeing road constructions, but this road construction, the bandits, the Boko Haram, they have overwhelmed the achievement of road construction. You construct road now, the people you did the road for, they are being killed every day. They are being ambushed by the bandits. They are being ambushed by the Boko Haram. They are being ambushed by the unknown government. And the unknown government, we've been telling them, they are known government. They should start mentioning their name. Because who are the sponsors? The sponsors will fish out the people that are in charge of those bombing around, bandits attacking people. They know them. So this unknown government, I think they should fade that name out, that some people are known government. They are known government, and you could know the commodore that just came out and said they are just saying the unknown government. The people that are sponsoring this Boko Haram, they are in the government, present government we are looking at, and they are in top hierarchy. And he said so. Let him provide the evidence, and he's ready to provide the evidence if they want to listen. Because that guy, I see him as one of the brave Nigerians that deserve awards. As I said, we have some Nigerians that are speaking out. Not all of them that we can say they are culpable with this corruption going on in this country.
Okay, let's look at the doctors are moving over. And there were reports, some doctors said that their salaries, some have moved to Saudi Arabia. The salaries they receive is 10 times. Much more.
You know what? When I went through the online media one time, you know, they said a professor in Saudi Arabia is on 6 million per month, monthly allowance. How much is your professor in Nigeria earning there? 420,000. It's even as if a counselor in Nigeria now that does not even have school cert is earning more than the professor in Nigeria. So not to now talk of the doctor. If you are in their shoe, what will you do? Will you stay put in the country that will kill your destiny, or you find a way out to a country that will better your destiny? So the choice is yours between the two. The doctors, they are being maltreated in this country, and again, you are expecting the doctor to stay in this country where there is no medical facilities, that where our leaders, when they have headache, they fly over to Europe, and let the doctors to go for greener pasture, greener pasture. So that will better their life, because the politicians are going to abroad for medical treatment to better their health. Why the health service provider are being languishing in poverty? So if you are in their position, what will you do?
What does it take to live in these situations in Nigeria?
To live in this situation by whom, or
you,
me?
What does it cost to live in here at this presently as a Nigerian?
Wow.
What you pass through? What are things you go through?
It's hell to survive in Nigeria. I've been saying that it's really hell.
Why is it everybody is saying it is hell to survive in Nigeria?
It is.
Like some people enjoying in Nigeria.
How many are there? There are few. Anybody that is enjoying Nigeria should come out and say boldly that Nigeria is good for him. Anybody that is enjoying tax, even you earning high, the tax will kill you. The multiplier effect of the government policy that you increase fuel multiply to service products like the transports will go high. The increase of fuel price will affect the food commodities we buying, and it has started happening. So no matter how much you earn in Nigeria, they will give you that money with right hand and they will collect it back with left hand. So are you not back to square one? You're definitely back to square one. So that's what I'm just saying in the whole scenario. Government will bring up an hardship, a killer policy, and that killer policy will consume all what you earn, and it's a multiplier effect. That's the multiplier effect we are feeling there.
Okay, the final thought, Mr. Kule.
Final thought.
Do you have anything that you want to speak on?
You say what?
Do you have anything that you want to speak on?
And then
Do you
about
have much on the news this morning? Do you have much on the news this morning?
and,
Your final thoughts.
my final thought is let our brothers that in the north, let them speak up and advise Buhari what to do. Put Buhari on his toes, because you may be enjoying today now because your brother is there, the Fulani man is there now, but it cannot. He has 2 years to go. Yeah, and what they think they are enjoying, we only lapse after that 2 years. So they should speak up, but I doubt whether they can speak up, because that nepotism has always been there. That one region is more favored than other region. So there is a double justice, I mean double favor, double double standard that the president is applying in his regime, and it cannot stand. And they are feeling guilty of the atrocity. That's why you could see them. They are going around the south now to persevere the southerners, that they should come together. They should try and support the Buhari. And thank God, when they got to southwest, they hear what they need to hear, because those ones told them your Buhari government is full of nepotism. And they should go back to Aso Rock and tell Buhari that he should stop the nepotism, because it's glaring and people are saying it. Even a kid, a 7-year-old kid, can see it in Nigeria now that the country is not balanced. So he should do the needful and adjust himself and correct himself. Bring out the bandits that you call unknown government. Bring out the Boko Haram that you giving amnesty to. Get them shot. Get them, death warrants, so that it will serve as a deterrent for others that want to follow suit. That if I commit now, I will even get amnesty. So why not let me commit and seek for amnesty?
Thank you very much, Mr.
Yeah,
Kunle.
thank you.
Okay, we've come to the end of bystanders at the newsstands this wonderful morning. They have spoken extensively on issues bordering in the nation. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful program. Instagram, Flip TV NG, that's where you get us. Instagram, Facebook, E247 for more updates and also reviews. Thank you, a big thank you to the man behind the camera, Mr. Femi, and also everyone that has spoken today. Thank you, my viewers, and those that have also spoken and also contributed their own quota. Bye for now till tomorrow, as we meet by God's grace.